wherever you are, welcome to NBP Conversation. The spotlight today is on Ghana. Before we commence today's session, we would like to thank our patrons and partners, one of whom is Montreal, Canada-based L3 Harris. We also would like to acknowledge NewScale. NewScale Power is developing a new modular light water reactor power plant to supply clean energy for electricity generation, desalination, and process heat application.
Of the abundant resources we have, then we need a reliable and affordable base load generation to support the exploration and value addition of these resources.
You will start the project feasibility and development phase.
In 2020, we are on track to have our design approved by the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission by the end of September.
After the nuclear power program was established, we had a roadmap which we are following, and by 2030, we are hoping to make sure that we get our nuclear plant integrated into our generation mix.
Recently, Maltex, which is a molten salt reactor company that I work closely with, did a crowdfunding and raised over £1 million.
You don't put all your eggs in one basket. So there's the need for us as a country to diversify to ensure that our energy security is very robust.
Have cabinet approval to go ahead and make an invitation to local companies who have the financial muscle and interest in energy production to join us.
Sorry, I want to know the ownership structure. Who owns it? How is it done? Who is the owner of our Ghana? Is that clear?
Yes. Well, I believe my subsequent presenters will throw more light on the ownership structure, but at the moment the owner-operator is a state-owned company with shareholding facilities from the state. One of my colleagues who will be doing their presentation later will throw more light on the whole detail as to how the owner-operator nuclear power Ghana structure is concerned. But it's a state-owned company.
Question which has been asked, Professor Nyarko, how about the EU project status? Competition phase took place about a year ago, and what is the status now? The EU project status. Are you familiar with this, Professor Nyarko?
No, European Union.
Yes, the European. This is asked by Mr. Pekka Otaivan, I believe, who's from STUK, STUK. His question is about the European Union project status. Competition phase took place about a year ago, and what is the status now?
So far as I know, EU, they have not got any interaction with the EU except the regulatory authority. The regulatory authority that the EU is helping to develop their competency in the regulatory framework. But the nuclear power development is the operational side. We have not got anything with the EU.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, a center called Bukamon Energy System.
Yep. Your question?
Yes, I just want to know from Scott, any idea of the initial cost of the unit, the 60 unit, and then probably what is the lifespan of such units?
So cost and lifespan. Scott, your answer, please.
So not an easy question on the cost, all right? So let me explain. So from, it never is, right? But from an overall plant implementation perspective, with 12 NewScale power modules included, the cost is about $3 billion USD for an initial implementation. That cost, by the way, keeps going down, really kind of going down with, after you get past the first of a kind and you really start expanding the capability of your supply chain and moving forward. So that keeps going down. And we can talk offline about the individual costs of a NewScale power module, but you do need to have the rest of the equipment around to support it. So that's why we talk in terms of the overall plant. Now the second, I'm sorry, what was the second question?
Lifespan.
Oh, sorry, the lifespan. So in the United States, what happens with, the equipment is really meant to last about 60 years. All right, that's the typical lifespan. Now, in the United States, you get a license for 20 years, then you can advance that again for another 20, another 20. Quite frankly, we're finding in the US with some of our large plants, and particularly in PWRs, that life expectancy can go past 80 or more years. So I would expect the reactor and the overall reactor portion of the plant to last 60. Some of the primary other equipment items are built for 30-year life. That's standard because they're standard industrial grade components. So the plant capability should be in existence, and the operability of the plant should be available to you for 80 plus years.
If a newcomer country is currently considering large-scale reactor and SMR technology to go either one, what's your main message on why they should choose SMR over large reactor? Keep it a simple message, Scott.
Really two reasons: time and cost. It takes a lot less time to implement an SMR plant, and the cost is significantly less. Think about it. The large plants are a gigawatt, so 1,000 megawatts and up, and the NuScale plant is 720 megawatts or lower. So you can scale that in any fashion that you want. But a large plant, and with a NuScale plant, as you're building the plant and installing the modules, once each module is commercially available, it begins to generate revenue. Once it's been commissioned, you start to generate revenue. And then the next one's installed, the next one, the next one. So you're generating revenue while the plant continues to be built. For a large scale plant, you can't do that. You have to wait until the entire plant's assembled, and then you can begin generating revenue. So the payback period is significantly less for an SMR, particularly NuScale's design.